I'm in bed with movies, and today you're going to be watching me give my thoughts on the Batman 2022 movie. This will be a spoiler-free review. A few things before we get started. I am so sorry about the lighting. It's currently 2:30 in the morning here. I've just gotten back from the cinema and the lighting in my bedroom is horrible at night, which is why I usually record during the day. So sorry about all of this. Oh gosh. So the other thing is, I am so glad that there is another DC movie out. I haven't been the biggest fan of Marvel. I'm much more of a DC fan. As you can see, Superman lives on my bedside table. But I'm not really that into Batman. Never really given him a chance apart from in the Justice League movies. But I did go into this movie. I hadn't seen the trailer. I like going into movies knowing as little as possible so that I don't have any preconceived ideas about what can be expected. This movie was a roller coaster of emotions. Almost from the very beginning, I was scared. I felt the fear. I felt disturbed. I felt upset. I felt angry. I felt sad. I felt heartbroken. I felt so much. Wasn't expecting to feel this much from an action movie, but I did. I actually feel sorry for the people in the cinema with me because the movie moved me to scream out loud. A lot of the time my face was like that, or I was, covering my face because I was terrified of what was happening. Or you know how when you go to church or you're listening to a song and you're moved by it and you're just like yes, or something. You're just moved to project something vocally. That was me in this movie. I was squirming in my seat at scenes. I was screaming in some scenes. I was yelling out, "Oh no!" Or at one stage, I even had tears running down my face. If you've seen any of my reactions before, you'll know that I hate shaky cam and quick cuts. I find them really hard to follow along with. This movie didn't have a lot of quick cuts. There was definitely no shaky cam. I could follow along with the entire storyline and all the action sequences, and I really appreciate that in a movie. There's nothing worse than watching something and going, what the heck is happening? I don't like that feeling of being there. I like seeing what's going on. And in this movie, you could definitely see what was going on. I also feel that when you don't have all those quick cuts, you can see the entire picture and you see the work that has to actually go into filming a scene. After seeing this movie, I now have a new understanding and appreciation of just how terrifying the Batman's villains are. I mean, Riddler, terrifying. Joker, terrifying. They aren't just your regular bad guys who want power. They are these disturbed, traumatized, men with massive mental health issues that are just out roaming the streets. And that is what is so terrifying to me. They are just everyday guys, just out there. Batman he's got no superpowers. He's just a regular guy with lots of money and cool gadgets. But he's immortal like us. And his villains aren't guys with superpowers. They're just normal people. Well, not normal, obviously, as they've got a few issues going on. They're just regular people that could happen in a regular world. And that's what makes it more terrifying to me. Speaking of disturbing, the score was absolutely incredible. It was haunting. His theme music was amazing. I'm sounding like such a fangirl here. I can't believe this. This is such a shock to me because I went in there thinking, oh my god, this movie is 3 hours long. I'm not going to be able to stay awake through this. Like, I don't like sitting still for that long. But it moved along so quickly, which I really appreciated. It didn't feel like there was a wasted minute in the entire film. But the score, I said to my husband on the walk back to the car, I said, we were talking about the theme, Batman's theme music, and I said, oh, it's so simple. How about for my review, I'll just play the tune on the piano just for something different. And I'm like, yeah, it's so simple. And then I'm like, easy. Dun, 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 dun. And then I'm like, oh. What an idiot. Oh my god. My excuse is that it is so late. Oh dear. Okay, so for those of you that are still here and you haven't clicked away after I just went all Star Wars, thank you. I looked down at my phone and an hour had passed and I was genuinely shocked because I thought it was only 15 or 20 minutes into the movie. So make of that what you will. I don't know if this is a spoiler or not. I hope it isn't, but I'm sorry if it is. Batman narrating, I loved that. I loved it. Speaking of Robert Pattinson, him as Batman, yes, I loved it. I love him as an actor. I know it was hard for him to shake off the Twilight and Harry Potter characters, but I'm so glad that he's finally getting some more roles, some more bigger roles. He deserves it. He's a really good actor. I loved the way they transformed him from being Bruce Wayne to being the Batman and back again. I loved the contrast there. As a chick who loves rom-coms and anything to do with romance, movies, books, whatever, I appreciated that there was a touch of romance in the movie. There wasn't a lot, so don't worry if you aren't a fan of romance. It is not the main driving force of this movie, but there was just a touch of it, and even though it wasn't a big part of the movie, it was believable, and that also surprised me, just how much I believed in the connection that they had. The shots in this movie were gorgeous. I love silhouette shots, and they just had these beautiful, beautiful silhouette shots that just, oh my goodness, they really helped set the atmosphere. The atmosphere of this movie was so dark and broody, and then you just had these gorgeous silhouette shots, and I loved it. Last two things. I was told to stay until the end of the credits, and I think you should too. I think my last note sums up what I thought of the movie. It was the last thing that I wrote in my notes, and it was 3 words. Can you guess what it was? No, it wasn't I loved it. It was cool as fuck. It was. It really was. I really enjoyed it, which completely took me by surprise because, like I said in the beginning, I wasn't a fan of Batman. I'm more a Superman girl. I was never really into Batman. I thought he looked cool, which he really did in this, actually, and the Batmobile. This movie has definitely converted me. I don't like to rate movies with stars or whatever, but I can say that I would definitely be watching this movie again. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please leave me a thumbs up if you want to. It helps spread the video so that more people can hear my dun 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 Batman theme song. Ah, shocking. That's all from me. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.